There we go. I don't know why this is so dark with us in here. Every single time. Yeah, we are live. We are. I'll cut the overhead light on. That helped last time. I don't understand why. I guess maybe it's where we're. Turn that light over there toward you. Yeah, cut it up. Make it brighter.
I think it's bright as it goes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, geeks. What is going on? Let me get caught up on the messages. Yeah, we're already on live. 26 people in here. We appreciate y'all coming out. Hey, we're just going to sit here and do a Q&A. I hope y'all got a kick out of that thumbnail, seeing a young geek. And that the baby picture was actually the first time I was ever on lake. I was 5 months old. That was my grandma or my mama holding me. So for y'all that don't know, that was Larry Nixon and Denny Brower that I was hanging out with a long, long time ago. What's going on, Big Malone? Small Town GA, what is going on? Ezra, Saber Outdoors, what's up, my brother? Let's see. Jesse, what is up? Dave, what is going on, my guy? Mike, what's up? Trevor, how is it going, man? What is going on, y'all? Listen, we're just going to try and start hanging out a little bit. You know, everybody knows, if you don't, from the last time or from the videos, this is Mike, the camera guy, my best friend, plus he's been doing some editing for me. Been doing 99.9% of the editing.
I was about to say some editing.
Yeah.
I did 70-some videos, guys. Yay.
What is going on, CR? Yes, he has done 70. It's
my best friend, my brother.
He's going to do, he's got a fishing video that I have been sitting on for about 3 weeks that he's finally going to do now. Because I've dragged my feet and not got it done. Yeah, you see y'all fishing boxes on the horizon. I don't know, man. That's a lot. If you're talking about like monthly stuff, shoo, I don't know. I do the giveaway, Brian, but that's about it. What's going on, Chris? We are good. I hope all y'all are good. Who's let's see, what is today? I work these swing shifts most of the time, so I can't keep up with the days. Is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday.
I don't know.
Unpacking. Dave says, Mike, you're doing a hell of a job.
Thank you, sir.
What's going on, Sean? Yeah, it's that's what I call the go-to wall. That's all stuff that throughout the year I'm generally going to take off there and use for certain places or times. We've got enough new stuff in that I want to start doing a little bit of, some of that stuff needs to be replaced. You know how it is. Stuff comes in and goes out. Fish bite this and they bite that. Yeah, we've been pushing out a lot. We've been testing a little something. Guys, and especially the people in here right now. What's going on, Patrick? But especially the people in here right now, especially you, Dave, you, Saber, Trevor, Chris. I mean, all you guys in here. If I didn't mention Brian, you guys are really the geeks. You're the 100%ers. Ralph, what's going on, man? I missed you just a minute ago. Mike, Ezra, yeah. You guys are the 100%ers. We always appreciate your feedback. And we were trying a little something because we are trying to grow the channel. So we're trying to push out more content. So forgive us. We're always tweaking, turning, trying to make things better. Some things you might not like, some things you might like. But, tonight I really wanted to come in here and talk to you guys and have you guys ask some questions about me, man. Get to know me a little bit better and get to know y'all a little bit better. You know, that's why I posted those pictures of me way back in the day, man. I've been fishing for a long, long time. What's going on, Braxton? Bass, what is going on? Patrick? You know, we're not going to be able to do these live streams regular. We're going to try and do them every Wednesday. And a big shout out to my guys, Outfish Ontario. What's going on, Canada? But if you guys really want to, some real, you know, this channel is never going to be about the controversy and the news of tournament fishing or bass fishing. It's going to be about how to go out and have fun and catch fish. You know, I'm going to put a shirt out eventually when I get time.
That simple.
And it's,
fish how you want to
fish how you want to fish, have fun with it, you know.
Why do you got to be?
Yeah, what's going on, Ben? What is going on, Ben? But the thing of it is, I'm going to put out a shirt that's just going to be make fishing fun again, because I get really tired. Really tired.
It's that simple.
Of all the whining from people that are trying to divide the fishing world.
You want me to be quiet and leave the room?
No, I just don't want to get in depth about it. That's as much as we're going to say.
Because look, my dad took me bluegill fishing when I was a kid. He was a Vietnam veteran, lost a leg, But I'm saying, I got that hook, and I was like, oh, that's my memory, man. My dad died like when I was 10 years old. You get what I'm saying? It's a fishing experience I'll never forget, because I didn't know him up until my 10 years. You get help me out with this story.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just the memory that you create.
Fishing. And it was an experience. And I think that's where we kind of fall away from.
Yeah.
I wanted to say tournaments. But now I'm going to send you down that.
Yeah, like I said.
No. But anyway, man, like, help me out.
Well, I mean, that's all that needs to be said about that. We're not going to deep dive into that. If y'all want to see more about that.
My first catch was a bluegill. Yay. Yeah. I love bass. I love
the gateway drug.
Any kind of, So Hank put me on my first bass. I'd never fished ever before. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you what it was. A Ramsey swim bait one.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right.
Got it.
So Chris has got a question. Fire it away, Chris, anytime you want. But yeah, you know, like I said, if you guys want to go, I want to give a shout out to my boys over on the Basscast Radio and Fishing the DMV. I co-host over there, and we talk about all that stuff. And we record that on Wednesday nights. And I'm already tired of talking about all that stuff. So it gets me crazy.
Well, I just came in the room, so I'm kind of fired up from our earlier conversation. So,
how did I get a boat when I suck at fishing? Well, you know what? Because I'm lucky enough, unwrenched. You know who that probably is, right? It might be old Greg. So, you know, hey, I never make any bones about it. I don't walk around with a jersey on. I don't fish tournaments with a jersey on. So unwrenched, there's your moment of fame. And, you know, the truth of it is I pay for my boat. I pay $725 a month for my boat. If you got any worries about that, here's, you know, that's kind of one of the, I'm just going to say it, asshole questions that I tend to get a whole lot that makes me mad. So, you know how I got my boat? I worked for it. I put in the time editing videos, being out on the water, talking to the awesome geeks out there. And, you know, if you got a problem with that, well, that's your problem. And I appreciate the room I rent in your head.
I just simplify it.
Yeah. All right. I got a question for you. What's up, Geek Mikey Jigs? Swamp Bass 2.0. What you got going on? Let's see. Jason Rose. All right. Let's see what we got. You ended up catching anything the other day? Well, what other day was it? Was it when we were on Top Secret Lake P? Or I don't remember when it was I don't remember when I run into you. But fishing has been tough here lately. It has been tough. We're going tomorrow, though, so we probably won't be out here too awful long. Nice shirt, Mike.
You like it, don't you?
Bassing with Big Malone. Let's see. Yeah, the podcast is really fun. We really get into some stuff. And, like I said, the Basscast radio, man, go check it out. Swamp 2.0.
Brian's a good dude.
Brian's a good dude. They're all good dudes.
What?
So this is probably a guy, you know what? This is probably a guy, I'm going to say, you know who this is, right? Well, he's a coward because he can't stand me because I do this.
Well,
He thinks I think I'm a pro. Well, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead, since he won't use his real name, and we're just going to go ahead and ban him. But he trolls me pretty much everywhere. Gary Heath. Yes, there we go, Gary. How you like them apples? Have a nice day.
That's a big statement. Now you
But
got
one day, Gary, I know what you're driving. Anyway, did you know Berkeley? Now that Berkeley has a nice girl up here. Chris, I have no clue what that means. What lure for bass fishing? Or what's a lure for bass fishing? Do you mean like right now? Right now, we're getting ready to go into September, and we got a couple of videos coming out that's going to, one where we talk about the jig that just come out. And in September, depending on where you're at, once you get into that fall, so it may have already kind of started. If you're further up north, it may be a little bit behind if you're farther down south. But during September, especially because they start dropping the water, a jig or some sort of crawl bait, flipping a bug is a great way to get bit once you start getting in September, especially around the new and the full moon. Yeah, we don't talk about my views on that. Yeah, I see your smiley face there, Mike. For flatheads. You'd be surprised what my opinions on that is. And that comes from a lot of pond management. Bass catch and release is not always the best thing for a lake. It's not. There's science to back that up. Go look at any of the people that work pond management. They'll tell you have to cull out. Got to have fish fry. There you go. I pay for my boat. I'm sorry I got a little upset about that, but, if that's who I think that is, it's been going on for years. He's a local guy that's just super jealous, and, he's a little man. Here we go. And I think I answered that question. So, swim baits are always good. But like I said, especially coming up, there's one of the best bites in the jig, or in jig bites in the season that comes around right now. Smith Mountain. There you go. I pay for mine. I'm a computer geek. I don't do this for a living. I want to do this for a living. I do work with Camus, but I did not get a free boat, gentlemen. Did not. Anybody that thinks that.
I just want to say a few things. Look, I've known this guy since 5th grade in elementary school. Become one of my best friends. And all we've ever done is tried to have something out of life. We both opened the Hardee's, worked high school Hardee's, and then he went on to do better and bigger things and has worked and been a father, I don't know how to.
Well, it
hurts my feelings when I see
comments. We just work. That's just it. That's what we do. That's how we were raised. You know, we weren't born with silver
When you
spoons.
started out with
with
the John boat.
Yeah.
Started out with what's that other boat called?
Little bass hopper.
And it's up for sale in case y'all want to buy one.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna sell it.
But then the Triton, and then he is where he is today. But it ain't like, oh, they just gave it to him. He gave it to him.
No, and again, we don't want to get into that. Do you know anything about Smith Mountain? I do not know a lot about Smith Mountain. If I was fishing there right now, I would probably be looking first of the creeks and docks, deeper docks. I'd definitely be finding the shad. Ralph, if you don't have Livescope, they should begin to really start pulling out and busting right now. That'd be another thing. I'd be looking for the shad, and I'd be looking for busting bass. One of my favorite things to do this time of year. And any sort of points around where those bass are busting, throw a Carolina rig, drag a jig, something like that, because there'll be some out there chasing, and there'll be some sitting on these key areas around there. And a lot of times you can get a big bite doing that. All right, Curtis, I didn't. Let's see if I can find you. Okay, I don't know what that means. Did you know that Berkeley has a nice looking girl? I bet. Okay, you're going to have to clarify that if that's your question.
I'm leaving the room right now.
Why?
I go hit the head.
Oh, okay. Mike's taking a pee break.
Wow.
Let's see. Love the vids. Thank you very much. What's going on, Joey? Joey, I swear, I'm going to get you that video. I have been crazy swamp busy since you've been up here. We won't talk about what video that is. All right. Chris, give me that again. Yes, the Rico is crazy productive. It's crazy expensive too, but I love it. I really do. It's crazy expensive, but that thing is money. I mean, the Rico poppers, they're money. What's going on, Mike? What is going on, Mr. Dove? Yeah, again, guys, go check out the Basscast. We talk about things, a little bit of everything. CR, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get torqued up, but, that's just a long time troll right there. Dave is talking about his popper, Rico popper. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they're a fish catcher. There's just something different about those poppers. I know they ain't cheap. And look, it took me a long time. Shout out to my buddy Richard, who used to own Bass Munitions, and shout out to my buddy Die Hard Anglers. Hey, $50. Holy cow. Thank you. Mike Dove, you did not have to do that. Don't worry about the keyboard warriors. Hey, man makes Hot Pocket. Remember, it's not the critic. I know it's not. It's all the awesome people that's out there. All the geeks that are in here right now. And that's why I always ask, look, guys, I'm not a big time tournament angler, I mean, I just enjoy catching bass. I mean,
and teaching.
Yeah, and teaching. I don't got to prove anything to anybody. All right. Legit question. Wait. Red powerboat. Okay, now wait. Of red power. I'm lost, Chris. Somebody explain this to me.
Do you know Bertha has a nice beat?
The percentage
red. Sorry, bro.
I did not know you beat them.
I'm from West Virginia, and
but I did not know you beat them, whatever it was. But I'm still misunderstanding a girl. But do they have a girl angler? All right, legit question. What is your favorite topwater bait? That's pretty easy. It's a head and one knocker pearl melon.
Or the spook.
Well,
Or
that is
the
the spook.
prank.
The prank, yeah. The prank, but my favorite by far is that spook,
far.
that one knocker. Oh man, I've
What
just
is the
called
color, Frank?
Well, I told him pearl melon. Pearl melon.
Because that's pretty sweet. That thing has got like gnaw marks all the way down of it. We even took a close up in one video, didn't we?
Bassing with Big Malone, answering one. Ralph, light line, smaller swim bait, 2.8, 3.5. I agree. I love those. What's going on, Flounder? Good evening, sir. Fall transition is coming. Fall transition is here for us.
It was 49 degrees this morning.
Yeah, as soon as those nights start to drop. Now, it's going to be back up into the 90s next week, but we're going to see those temperatures start up and down. And I'd say those shad-nosed bass are moving. Would you rather catch 10 1-pounders or one 10-pounder?
One 10-pounder. And then call it a day.
Yep. He knows. I've caught 100.
That's it.
Ones, twos, and, three. So where I live at, and he can testify,
yes,
a 3-pounder is a tournament. You get 5 of those, you're going to do well in about any tournament out there. And so that's always what I'm keying in on. Well, I don't know quite yet how it is. I'm sorry, Joey. He's saying, hey, guys, what's going on? And, Joey, I will get you that video. I don't know if you heard that or not.
What's up, Joey?
How is the fall transition out where you are? Well, we had all been late summer the last time we was out there. So this cold front's come in. We're going to hit a lake tomorrow, so we hope that it's going to be on fire. We're going to go chase some schoolies and hopefully catch a few, So right now, the August fishing had ground to a halt for us. And I mean, we took our buddy Joey out. And here's for any of you that might not care about Livescope, and that's your opinion. I think Joey was maybe not a Livescope guy when we took him out, but we fished 2 days and caught 2 fish, and it wasn't for lack of trying or seeing bass. And yes, they were bass where we were at, but we threw it probably somewhere around 1,500, 2,000 fish, and we got 2 bites. So Livescope is not the greatest thing in the world, especially when you've got my area. Here's what really surprised me, and I'll say this about Livescope, and I don't want to get into the discussion about it. It really surprised me when there was so much turmoil around it, because the guys around here are like, yes, please. And the reason why is because we fish such high, clear lakes that it's a lot of times you're not going to go flip when you can see 15 feet down. You're not flipping the bank. You're not running a square bill. They're out there on deep points that 3 guys are waiting in line. So, it's just always taking into consideration where and how the lakes are in other places, because they're not all like the lakes you fish locally. That's a big deal. So we're going to see if the fall transition's getting going. Full moon was Monday. Yep. And that's always rough on Clearwater too, by the way, because those Clearwater bass love to feed. Has a dry bait. Berkeley has a dry bait. What's the name of it? I want to go look this up. I might share that with everybody. Aquatic biologist. All right, I must miss that conversation. I'm a terrible jig fisherman. How do I catch more fish and fewer stumps? I'm going to give you 2 jigs that'll help you gain confidence. One is kind of a hybrid between a jig and a shaky head. It is the Omega Salvation jig. You can screw it up on there, put you a worm or a crawl, and rig it weedless. The other is the Trash Master, and that's a little heavier. I would probably, because I know Saber most of the time you're fishing from the bank, I'd probably lean toward that Salvation jig. And there's a couple others out there, guys. If y'all know, y'all let him know what they are. But especially fishing from the bank, you have to think about something differently. You're coming uphill. So as I'm dragging from a boat downhill and I get to, my fingers don't bend that way, to a rock or a stump, I can pop over and come down. Where you're coming up to that, and when you pull up, you're pulling straight into it. So one thing with a jig or any kind of bottom bouncing bait, when you're fishing on the bottom, is I'm hopping it 90% of the time. I'm almost never dragging it if I'm in a spot that's might have a lot of that stuff.
This is a reaction.
See, we all take care of ourselves. That's what us anglers do. Some people just hate. Dude, I'm dying to fish Watauga. That lake is right. It's just so far for me. But you know what? I shouldn't whine about it, because like I'll go to Douglas. You know, I mean, but the thing about Douglas is it's straight interstate from my house.
What? What?
You mean Top Secret Lake P now, Jason? The other day. But I don't remember what day it was, but we did. I have not zeroed on pound in a minute, but I'm also going to say I have not done real well the past 2 times I've been out there. It's not been happy.
That's a long story.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're video coming. Yeah. I work hard for my skeeter. Good. That's people think that we just go fishing, and you know, it's not that way, man. It's a lot of work doing what I'm trying to do. I didn't know it. I wouldn't thought it. Don't Sell the Tiny Boat. That's a series of videos. I know, man, but I just don't ever use it. And
tell them you're going to buy a kayak.
I might buy a kayak. Now, I'm not. Listen, I've got 2 bass boats
out there.
I got 2 bass boats sitting out there.
Somebody about buying a kayak.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to get a kayak. But I've got
buying 2 kayaks, one for him, one for me, because I'm the video guy.
I don't want to. I really don't want to. I'm not going to fish lakes on my kayaks. I got 2 bass boats for that.
We got some rivers though,
which I may end up selling old Ruby too. So, but we got some great rivers that I'd like to go fish on.
The Clinch, the Host,
yeah,
the Powell, right?
No, I don't. That's where I'm going tomorrow though. Top Secret Lake F. By the way, Jason.
Say no. You just need to say where you're at.
The Nessie. Have I used the Nessie? I have not used the Nessie yet. I have not. Patrick, by the way, you see that Rebel there. He's the guy. Bass are starting to chase bass here in Arkansas. I'm guessing he's saying shad. I don't know. Bass are just chasing each other. Don't worry, Patrick. I'm just giving you a hard time. That's there. Let's see, you come back and fixed it. I should have got that one. No, I'm the same way. Yeah, man, $50, Mike. Listen, Mike is the man when it comes to. If you guys have not seen the Papa Walker video that we did, and it's a really good topwater with Thunderhawk. So, but yeah. Now they're always chasing shad here out in the middle of the lakes, wide open. It's just, can you get them to bite anything? But yeah, the feed bags are getting ready to be tied on here. the lake temperatures have started to drop. I expect to see mid 70s, which drop. I don't want to see them drop real fast. I'd like to see them kind of drop slowly like they did last year, because it really gave us a nice prolonged fall bite with that going on, chasing those shad. Thanks for closing the door. Yeah, Mike's a good dude, man. I'm excited about meeting Mike. He was the one that hooked me up down there. How would I break down a muddy bottom and permanently stained water? Listen, fishing stained. Give me so if we're talking stained, I'm going to say we've got 2 feet. Okay, max 2 feet, 1.5 feet. So if it's a muddy bottom, number one, I'm going to use baits that are not going to be that heavy. They're not going to sink into the bottom. If I'm breaking a lake down, I'm absolutely using some sort of moving bait. Now, this time of year, that's going to be topwater, a buzz bait, a walking bait, something like that I can cover water with quick. As I'm fishing, and this is how you break a lake down. You get out there. I'm going to look at Google Earth. I'm going to pick out those areas where there's going to be a channel swing or a point or something where I'm really looking. And again, on my lakes, we've got deep water. So we've got bass that are going to live in the same areas pretty much year round. So you look for 3 things. You're looking for, and I know it's fall, but you're looking for where the bass are going to spawn, where they're going to summer. So you're looking for flat areas, and then you're looking for where it leads to steep, deep areas, and in between there. Now, those shad are going to push up into the backs of the creeks, which I've got some theories on that. I don't think that's really what happens, but we'll talk about that later. And forward-facing sonar has kind of proven us this. We followed shad and bass out of a major river for 5 miles down the lake last year. So, but that's where I'm gonna look from there to there. So I'm gonna find me an area, and I'm gonna start looking on those bluffs, steep banks, that sort of stuff where they're going to hold, or where they're making that summer to that fall transition and movement. I'm going to look for life. Muddy bottoms, like I said, maybe fishing a drop shot there. Maybe flipping any sort of wood or weed. I'm going to throw something smaller. I'm not picking up a jig right now because it's not too cold, and I'm just seeing where life is. So I'm going to pick up something like some sort of bug. In a June bug is a great color. So I'm going to have that tied on. I'm going to have me maybe a jerk bait, a soft jerk bait tied on, something I can move, a spinner bait tied on, maybe a chatterbait tied on. I'm going to have me maybe a worm that I can make a cast over into stuff, and then a drop shot that I can make a cast around some laydowns or some rock or some wood. And as I'm going down, I'm just going to pick up whichever rod is correct for the type of cover or structure that I'm fishing. And that's how you break down a lake. Pick an area, don't spend a lot of time, and move. Hit the high points and see if you can find life. Once you find life, then expand on that.
Seems simple when you say it like that, but like some people might not know, man.
Well, it takes,
but it makes sense. Look,
it takes a lot of time because there's a lot that goes into each one of those.
But I've seen it.
Okay.
Prevail.
Oh yeah, sorry. How would you break down? Have you ever fished the Saskatchewan? I know I just butchered that. I have not ever got to fish that river. I would very much love to. It was pricey, but worth the investment. Yes. I think you're talking about the boat, and if not, boat yes to that too. That's a lot. Schools of shad everywhere in the creeks here lately, but Nothing busting them. Now, they don't have to be busting. They can be down below them or even in the schools of shad. That jarhead spin is great for that, or an underspin also. But I think a lot of people throw the underspin, that little jarhead with a little swim bait or a bigger swim bait. Always does very well. Santee Cooper is high and muddy. Right, here's your Santee Cooper guy, guys, in case y'all got questions. Mr. Bunting.
Ben.
Good friend of mine. Bass are definitely cheap. Hey, Mr. Bizarro. Were you still in here, Joey? Bizarro. Oh, yes. Best buzz baits in the world, guys. Make sure you go check them out. What's going on? Bass fishing 33 or 336. I can't read. I'm not the goat. Definitely not the goat. I'm just a guy, man. I just love fishing. I mean, I just like to go out and catch fish and have fun. I mean, does it always have to be a contest? I mean, sometimes it's just, don't even the pros say it's not between you and Bob, it's between you and the bass. You're trying to figure the bass out. Berkeley Power Bait, Nessie. I've not got to try that, Chris. I think I done answered that for you. Love the videos. Thank you very much. And guys, I know we cover a lot of baits. That's just, my buddies, shout out to my guys, Tackle Junkie and, Debo. They love tackle. They really love rods and reels. They spend a lot of money and a lot of stuff on their rods and reels. For me, rods and reels are just a way to throw that bait. So I'm good with using, kind of the bang for your buck stuff. For me, that's kind of how I look at rods and reels. So I'd rather have 50 so I can just pick up what I want and maximize my time on the water fishing. So, that's kind of how I do. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. Everybody's right the way, like I always say, the only people that can say you're doing it wrong are the bass. If you're Carolina rigging a buzz bait, a Brazalo, and they're biting the tar out of it, you are doing it right. Don't forget that. Let's see. My buddy Thomas, fishing the DMV. Guys, you want a geek? I don't know how to make this pop up. All right, Thomas. I'm gonna try and find it. I don't know why it's not popping up, Thomas. I'm clicking all over you. How does a sudden cold spell is what his question was, and he donated $9.99. I appreciate that, but I don't know what's going on there, sir. I cannot get your question to pop up. Do I have to take this one down?
Read it out.
Yeah. So anyway, this time of year, I think it fires them up. I don't think it bothers them at all if it's one day, one night. But yeah, like Mike said, I think it's going, I think it has to be 2-3 days to where it really starts to lower drastically. And this time of year hit signals for them to start feeding, to start finding those crawfish, those shad, whatever it is.
Especially these coast snaps and frost, when they hit, it kills out the smaller, right? Yeah,
no, that's a little more as you get into that colder.
But even these cold snaps make some.
That is called slapboard. I don't remember where I got it. I found it somewhere online.
What are you talking about?
He's asking about the wall. Yeah, well, I got it posted up there. It says, I'm trying to set up my garage like you got that wall beside you. Beside Mike, what did you use to hold up everything? You just drill into the stud. So the thing about that slapboard is you don't have to have
12 inches. You got to stud.
Yeah, and you don't have to have like with the pegboard. With the pegboard, you don't have
Going
to
straight
have
into the stud.
Yeah. With the pegboard, you got to have some sort of little, piece of wood
Yeah.
to kind of frame it up. But with the slat wall, you
I
don't.
used to build
You just
log houses, so
Yeah.
Every 12 inches is a stud. If you get a stud from it. Most houses might not be. Might be older.
Chris, I don't know who did karate baits. How about kayak fishermen that cut you off?
What?
Well, we won't talk about that too much.
Talked to Joey earlier. In this conversation.
Talk to Joey a little bit about that. Look, man, courtesy on the water, guys. Courtesy on the water. If I want to fish an area and there's somebody there, whether they
First come, first serve. But if you ask and it's a polite way, everybody can fish the same situation as long as you ain't invading anybody's privacy.
Would have very much had let that person fish, but they cut right in front of us. Sorry. All right, let's see. Small town, go to bed. I understand, man. Get some rest. We're gonna do this. Peace out, sir. And or ma'am, I can't tell by your.
It don't matter.
Human. What's going on, Dave? We are located, Mike, right on the border of Virginia and Tennessee. So we'll fish. I'm not going to give away the smaller lakes in Virginia, but Cherokee, South Holston, Douglas. Don't get to fish Watauga as much as I'd like, but that's definitely a lake that I want to get to fishing because it is a great lake.
You're reading that.
Past 35 feet, I cannot tell what I'm looking at on my Livescope. What transducer do you have, Trent? Is it the 32 or 34? Me, Brian, I'd rather spend less on the rod and reel and more on the baits. That's just me. Everybody's different. It's not a judgment. Dave says I fish everything from farm ponds at 15-foot strip mine lakes up to 60 feet deep. Big difference in the way you fish them. It is. It's a huge difference. And that's why I always say, where you're fishing, it may not be the same way. You may be able to go to the Tennessee River and almost flip year round. I'm not saying you would be able to flip year around on the Tennessee River, but it's a smaller, dirtier, body of water. I know nothing about that lake. Don't know. I'm learning it. That lake I haven't fished a lot, and last year
I think it could change year from year.
Yeah, it's definitely changed on us this year.
Or maybe just everybody's catching on and watching videos. How's that?
So I haven't looked deep into this, but now I think that is compatible with their active target. Am I wrong, Bass? But anyway, it just goes to show that, listen, technology always goes one way when it first comes out. It's extremely expensive when it first gets there. And then what happens? It gets smaller, it gets cheaper. So, it'll be on your phone before it's over with.
What?
Yeah. Virginia, Tennessee border. He was talking about that guy. Sorry, my redneck, my hillbilly might have gotten away.
For some reason, you keep saying my name.
Oh yeah, Square Bill. Listen, if you're, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Well, there's a few mics in here.
I know, but that's the dude I went down there and talked to, and I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, "Hey."
So, a Square Bill, if you want to crank from the bank, that's your best friend. Being a 2-seater kayak. No, Ben, just no. There's a word for that when you're riding a motorcycle that way, and neither one of us.
He's in the back.
No.
Let you know it, Ben. I'm in the front. I'm just going to
guy.
paddle. You fish.
And Trevor, I know you're the guy on this because I'm not going to use it to fish lakes. I got a bass boat for that. I can put it in any lake I fish. But Trevor, you might have to get a hold of me because I'm looking for something. Listen, I'm 5'11", 320 pounds. I want something nimble, but I ain't going to swim a lot. And something for the rivers, man. For you, you may even know, like we're going to fish the Powell, the Clinch, the two Holstons up here where we are. A lot of the headwaters. Okay, go under Mercury, and you'll find what I'm talking about. What? Okay, is it about the motor? Mercury Marine?
You just put something right down below that one. I would said it. It has words singer hook. I'm lost in this conversation.
Put us a link in there, Curtis. All right, let's see. Dave. Debo flipped his kayak. Yes, he did. What's going on, Glenn? Good to see you in there. Yeah, I'm not going to carry a whole lot of stuff with me because I would cry. Like I'm a hoarder when it comes to bass tackle. He knows. That's why he's laughing over
36 rods. And,
he'd
be like, hey, Mike, put this in there with all the camera stuff.
But again, I tell people this, like I grew up poor, man. And like when I say poor, I mean, yeah, he knows. He was right there with me. We worked to buy our school clothes, from the time we was, 12, 13, 14, 15 for the whole year.
Throughout high school.
Yeah. And so, when we get stuff, like when I get stuff that I really love, I don't like to let it go.
It's hand it out to everybody.
Yeah, it's my babies.
I earned this. Why you got to get a piece?
Yeah, so I'm sorry.
Smell of it. I ain't going to have it.
I can't tell you the giveaway last week, how bad it hurt giving away that duo bait. But I love you guys, and y'all do more for me than
that. Was pretty cool.
Yeah, I love you guys.
No.
What is this?
What?
We got a spammer here.
Something happened.
Stitch Fam. All right, Stitch. If you ain't a spammer, be cool. If not, you're getting ready to get blocked. All right. What's going on, Fleming? Braxton's dying to catch one on a wacky rig. I got a video on that, by the way. I got a video on that. It was on top of Secret Lake P.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Don't you think? Crap, I forgot what you was asking me. You hook it to anything else. Oh, don't thank you. The Eagle. It is standalone. But I was thinking though maybe it was that you could still use it with. Like I said, I have not looked into it. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Y'all tell me. Y'all gonna know more about it than I do. All right, I've got a question. A Penn Battle 3 4000. That's a big reel. 12-pound test, 4 carbon, medium heavy fast, 7-foot pole for largemouth walleye and trout.
No.
Not a 4000, I don't think.
In certain conditions and situations.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about a 4000 and that, say medium heavy.
12-pound.
I mean, that is a big reel. A 4000 is a big reel.
But it's a medium heavy. Think of it
Yeah. I mean, I fish 7 foot and like 7.3 medium heavies for like shaky heads and Texas rigs. So Now I don't use 12-pound tests, but now it depends on where you're fishing at. Again, I'm not throwing that up into super.
But it's always easy to.
Yeah, but I'm using 10, so
At
10
least.
to 12.
You're right.
You know, yeah. So no, I don't think that's overkill at all.
It's pretty sweet though.
Yeah, that's awesome that somebody gave you that.
Yeah. Make use of it.
How much Bass Reaper stuff do I got? I got a few. I got a few things. Love Bass Reaper. I cannot wait. We got some double taps coming in.
We're gonna beat them. Raleigh.
Was it Raleigh first or was it? I think it was
East Tennessee.
East Tennessee. Yeah. Which I cannot wait. We're gonna do a video on that. And those things, their double taps are awesome. They're stick baits.
Nice.
Yeah, so versatile. So versatile. That's where he got the idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to save this because I want to do a video on it. Flim dog fishing, but there's some other ways you can do it with a 3 and 4 inch right now.
No, sir.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
I'm not sure. Send me a link. Glenn Taylor, no sir, it has its own screen and transducer. Okay, all right, but that's cool. I mean, it's from what I understand a pretty good price, like maybe less than $1,000. What's up, AJ and SJ? I do. I've got a problem when it comes to the baits. I really do.
Baits,
yeah.
You should
2,000 is good.
All over here.
Yeah, 4,000.
You don't see nothing over here.
Schmuck, don't tell them about them boxes.
Or the closet.
Don't tell them about the closet.
The closet back
I've got a mute mic now. 3,000. I like 3,000 for bass. Yeah, 4,000. That's a saltwater reel or like a catfish reel. That's a big reel. I agree. Inshore, yeah, I think it's Insider.
Inshore.
I don't know, Ezra. I might be guessing ahead. Yeah, 3,000 is my go-to. 2,500 sometimes. Sorry, Chris. Breakdown fall fishing on Lake Cumberland. Gosh, man. Now, I don't fish Lake Cumberland enough. But, okay, if I was fall fishing on Lake Cumberland, I'd fish it very much the way, and, you know, the thing that throws the monkey wrench in when it comes to Cumberland is all the standing timber that's still in that lake. But I would, and that lake's kind of 2 lakes. Like you go down lake, you go really down lake, you're going to be targeting those smallmouth. You're going to be, you know, now I'm not talking about from a tournament perspective. It depends on what I'm there to do because of the limit on that lake. But if I'm down the lake, I'm going to be targeting, and you know, I'm going to be scoping. I'm going to be looking for balls of shad. I'm going to be seeing if they pulled out there. I'm going to be looking at those main lake areas where I can find that, you know, that sort of thing that's going on. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be looking for that kind of up the lake too. I'm going to go out there and see what I can find. Tony, what is going on? But anyway, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. You know, that's something that I do want to do, and I may put a post out. Like, I want to pick a lake and go literally get on here and break it down with you guys, and then have you locals. So I want you locals to do it. We'll do that a little bit later, but I think that'll be real fun on the live streams. Like, break down, pick an area, break down, and have that person maybe go that weekend and fish and try some of the stuff I talk about and see if, you know, if it pays off or if I suck, you know, just like a regular tournament. It's either going to be right or it's going to be wrong. You got to scrap your idea pre-practice and go to something else. the better half of Tony here, Sherry. Sherry, it's good to hear from you. Good to see you. I hope you guys are doing well. I know they are studs out on another little lake that I love to fish so much. And stick with my pond jumper. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I think I'm going to jump into a yak just for, like I said, the rivers. Greg just sent me a box full of stuff. That's awesome. Adventures with Hobbs, by the way. Let's see. Yeah, dude, all the help. Listen, so do I. The one time I fished it on my own. I know we did all right, but it was direct postpone, and all I was on was males. 2 of them died on me. No, 1. Illegal info. All I can say is if they've got a tournament, they can't listen. That's up to them. That's up to them. You going to come fish Back Bay on the coast of Virginia? That's a long way away now. I'm on the western tip of Virginia.
I used to drive a truck or Smithfield, and I was up there.
Yeah,
that's some nice places to fish.
There's some great fisheries.
James River.
Yeah,
and all that.
Great fisheries up there. I'd love to come up there. See, do you ever fish without a camera these days? I find that I don't ever. No,
I don't let him if I'm with him.
Yeah. And you know what?
Because the next cast to catch is a video or a short.
And you know what? To be honest with you, when I first started, so you can go back and there's a little video where I think it's called the fall transition. And I've coached football for 13 years. Yeah, 13 years. And so I never really got to do a whole lot of fall fishing. And so, just over the past 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years, I really got to do
your own thing.
Yeah, a little bit of fall fishing. So I had to learn. So I went out on this lake and I spent like 3-4 days out there, and you'll see 3 days. Like the first day we caught a little tiny dink, and then the next day I think me and my son went and we caught 2-3, and I caught a couple flipping a Zoom smoke purple, but I only caught some small ones, and then I realized the lake was turning over. And so the next day I was so mad. I was like, I'm going out here. I'm going to figure this out. And I start flipping what my son caught the biggest fish on the day before, which was a Strike King watermelon red rage bug. And I mean, no cameras. Had one of the best days on that lake that I'd ever had with no cameras. So I at least keep them running because, hey, I want to get that for me. I mean, that's, it just destroyed me that I didn't have anything out there. Huh. I mean, I've got this monetized, but most of the time it just plays during the middle, during the beginning. So I don't like that on live streams. We might fix that if that's going to start doing that. All right. I got you guys. We'll definitely make sure on the next one. I don't know if I can go in and cut it off now, but we won't have that on. What's going on? There's that guy from Louisiana again, Mike.
Oh, bro, baby.
I'm just kidding. We know you're from Mississippi.
I've been binge watching your videos. Man.
Yeah, we like you, man. We like watching you. But Lowbrow in the house, we appreciate you stopping by.
Good, dude. Need to check out his stuff.
Yep, y'all go check him out.
Big Malone. I'll just shout out all the.
Or a blooper. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What do you say?
That was Sherry and Tony. Those are good friends down around the.
I was going to say, I've got all his blooper reels, and we're going to put one of them out one day.
You can't put them out because it just all be.
I've got a whole drive off to the side I've been editing and keeping for future reference in case I need to.
We'd have to
draw unemployment one day.
Yeah, we'd have to. There'd be no audio. I mean, just.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of audio. We'll just have to. We'll figure something.
Would be able to hear it. Let's see what Jesse says here. What do you think the best thing a young high schooler could do to make it competitively in big high school tournaments?
Fish daily and practice. Put the time in on the water and figure it out.
It is. And
I mean, time
and
effort.
I mean, it's definitely going to be time on the water. The other thing is don't worry about everybody else. There was a kid, I seen him talking about, and again, I'm lucky enough. I mean, I'm working 2 jobs, and that's why I can afford a boat. But I've got old Red out there, and for me, I put a Livescope on it. And again, it's not like Livescope's not going to catch you fish, but it does the same exact thing that a side scan did, that down scan did, and it helps eliminate water faster. And that's what I always say. When I'm out there and I'm fishing, it's why I don't want 3 rods that are, $1,200 combos each. I want 25 rods that cost $1,200 because I can pick those up and cycle through baits. I'm not wasting time retying or changing baits or doing this stuff, especially for us. We're weekend warriors. I only get to fish 1 or 2 days a week. And the thing for us that is important is maximizing every minute you're on the water. That he knows that when I get things tangled up, that's when I'm most frustrated, because I want to be able to pick up and throw. And unfortunately for me, I like having 29 rods out on the deck of my boat.
36.
Yeah, so truly 36.
I think that's a max. But
yeah.
I was about to hit a note on the hydro wave.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
I was about to mention it, though.
I need a blooper. Trust me. It'd have to be we'd have to R-rate it.
Yeah.
I'd probably lose.
I got all kinds of blooper reels.
I'd probably lose a lot of subscribers.
Maybe I'll just make my separate channel and y'all just come over and watch BassGeek's bloopers. How's that?
What's going on, Tom? Fishing on top water last 2 evenings. I'm hoping that's kind of what's going to happen for us tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah. And, that's a whole thing right there. I really think the high school tournaments, I think we need to get those high school tournaments just the way any sport is. You should have your region, right? You should have your district, your half state and state. Just throwing every single kid in the state that wants to show up
at one time on one lake at one time.
Yeah. A, it's dangerous. B, it's nuts. I don't know how that works.
Most of these lakes right here won't even hold that much.
Wow. From the 80s, Hank Parker's. Now, listen, don't be sending me anything that you should keep, okay? I mean, if you got like 2 or 3 and you want to, I would very much put that up. But there's always a P.O. box down in the description of the videos, but, you don't have to send me anything. I appreciate you just watching.
Gone.
I'm rolling out. Yeah, we're going to have to roll out too, because I got to finish a video that's got to come out tomorrow. And we're probably getting up at like 3:30. So Night Saber, one of these days I will get you on one of these. One of these days we'll do a little thing.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. Let's see. Everybody telling Saber good night.
Uh-oh. Yeah, space for only 2 rods and nothing else. And 3 what? Plastics and 2 other baits. What do you choose?
Where are you at?
Lowbrow.
Lowbrow.
Dude, man. Come on.
If you have space for only 2 rods, nothing else, 3 plastics, 2 other baits, what do you choose?
That's a weird question.
You know, it really, listen, everything's situational.
2 rods. You got 1 spinner rod, 1 bait caster.
I mean,
right?
Are you telling me, okay, so let's say we're going to the lake we're going to tomorrow.
Probably 2 spin rods.
Well, no. I'm going to have
1 bait caster, 1 spin rod.
I'm going to have, so we've got 2 rods. I'm going to have 2 rods. I'm going to have 1 spinning rod, as long as I can get away with. And that's going to be for soft jerk baits, minnow baits.
Yeah, because you can cut and tie anytime.
Exactly. Going where I'm going tomorrow, which, you know, it's a very canyon-esque, very ultra clear, 12, 15 foot visibility. The other is going to be, probably a medium. I can get away with a medium. I'm not going to like it for the full size spook 1 knocker. I can get away with it, but I can also throw, a smaller version of that, the junior or the boyo or, the prank, anything in the world. Now, when we talk about plastics, 3 plastics, well, I've already named 2 of them. So I'm going to have a soft jerk bait, and there's 10 or 20 of those you can use. It just depends on, I'm a huge fan. Size? Yeah, I'm a huge fan. The smaller size.
7 down to 3.
Well, it's going to be a smaller
5
size.
Down to
5 and 4. I prefer a 4 if I can get away with it. And then, of course, a couple of minnow baits. So probably another minnow bait. I'm either going to have to go, and again, depending on watercolor, I'm either going to go with a Demiki Armor Shad, or I'm going to go with a Yum FF minnow. Yeah, the JC. Yeah, exactly.
Whatever it's called.
Let's see. Now, wait. Let me read through this. Okay, 2 rods, 3 plastics, and 2 other baits. So there's our 2 other baits. There's 2 plastics. 1 more plastic is probably going to be a Yum Dinger, because then on the spinning rod, I can throw that out there, and I'm going to go with a 4-inch Yum Dinger, because I can wacky rig it for those busting bass. I can throw it Texas rigged. It's more durable than a lot of the others. And so, and you can really use that as a soft jerk bait too. You wouldn't believe how well that works.
Especially when they come up and bust. As they're going down, it's through your bait.
Yeah.
Falling. Right? Wrong?
No, you're spot on. You're right there.
I've been right there with you.
Yeah, fluke soft jerk bait. Yep. SB 125, a Vision 110. Yeah. See, for me, I'm a little different. I'm going top water all day. If I'm going out tomorrow, I'm going out for some top water.
Bring some moonshine too. What do you say?
Yeah.
Maybe been done that in a while.
Now, like I said, it changes depending on time of year, and it changes depending on the lake that you fish, and the watercolor, and the all that stuff. So that's the thing, like I always hate the term, and we are going to have to get off here. It is not. So we're going to run for about another 5-10 minutes, and then we're going to jump. But I always hate the term confidence bait. What's going on, man? I'm trying to get better with a ribbon tail. Is there any special twitch to the rod needed? A ribbon tail to me is best moving because it's ribbon tail. And and I'll finish my other thought earlier or after I answer this. So I want a ribbon tail falling vertically or moving horizontally. So if I'm fishing any other time, I'm gonna fish a straight tail, clear water. So I'm either gonna throw a ribbon tail around dock post, standing timber, sparse wood cover, grass, that I know I can get that tail to flutter. I want to get their attention and get their reaction. So a lot of times I'm going to move that bait a lot, or I'm going to throw a straight tail if not. It's great on a wobble. Dadgummit, I just went brain dead. Wobble head. If you don't know what that is, dragging it. It's great on a Carolina rig, moving heavier weight so that you're moving it a lot. That's when I'm fishing it's great on a shaky head too. Black finesse worm on a Texas rig. Tequila sunrise. Yep. Shad or bluegill chrome scheme.
Where you at? What are you doing?
Yeah, depends.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what, as we get into late fall and those gill begin to come up and those bass tend to focus on those really big meals, I might throw a gill color. Shad right now, though.
But
shad
we went to the lake the other day and they didn't have no shad. So bluegill definitely.
And there's another situation. You are welcome, sir. Everything's a tool, guys. Everything's a tool. You know, my wife tells me I'm a tool, but I don't think she means that in the best of ways. There is a lot of ways to fish a riser. You can fish it as a wake bait, strictly. You can throw it out there and just grind the ever-loving pee out of it. So it just skitters across the top, stops, skitters across the top. You can throw it out there and wake it for a little bit and then stop it and let it drop and then just wake it again. So line for an 07 riser. Listen, I fish clear water, so I'm always going to fish lighter lines. Probably going to be 8. As it gets colder, it's probably going to go down to 6-pound test. I do throw it on braid to a mono leader. Now, if you want it to sink more, you can get away. I really probably wouldn't throw it on fluoro. I'd go with something like K9's fluoro, which if it's labeled fluoro, it is a copolymer. And with those small hooks, highly recommend. But yeah, we've had that kind of wonky, not inconsistent.
We're in a drop right now. It's fixing to raise back up next week.
Yeah.
It was 49 degrees this morning when I went out.
Which is give us our
cold.
Summer. Yeah, give us our summer.
September and we're having 49-degree weather here where we're at.
Yeah, pretty please. Thank you, Dave. Y'all hit that like button. Pretty please.
That's a good one right there.
Jason Harrison, what is going or Josh, Lord God. I told you I can't read. I told you I'm a hillbilly. Hey, BassGeek, I'm a new subscriber. I like your channel. Thanks for keeping it real. I try to, you know, I like I said, I focus a lot of mine on individual baits. And I hope it don't come off as too commercial because it's not. Like I say, I mean, look at the amount of baits that I throw out videos for. I mean, I always say Berkeley, I'm pretty sure Berkeley hates my guts. And I did a video promoting the shiz out of their finisher. Trust me, they didn't send me that. They didn't send me that.
But it's BassGeek. It's in the name. It's what he does.
Yeah. You know, for me, that's kind of how I'm different than everybody else. Now, we are going to get into some of the bites, a few more of the bites. and breaking down the lakes, but I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do that differently and how I want to do that and still be able to go catch fish and make videos. Because look, the lakes I fish are not great, guys. They're not great.
No,
and,
they're great, but they're tough.
Yeah. So,
but I've been fishing for this guy for the last year, and let me tell you, this guy, he can start catching them on top water, and he's like, we're gonna make videos on something else. So he tries to, let me try this, let me try that. Ain't that a geek? Ain't that a technique kind of guy?
Yeah, and
I want to catch him on this, I want to catch him on that. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm just back here filming.
So. And that's why I'm not the greatest tournament angler in the world, is because I like to try new things. Look, I know where fish are, and I could use the same old stuff, but
it's fun to see. Let's see if they'll bite this.
Yeah. Everybody should enjoy fishing the way they want to enjoy fishing.
I enjoy it.
43 at his house, lowbrow.
What? He's a Mississippi.
Beer o'clock. Well, no, that's not lowbrow. That's Mike. 43 at your house. Woo! Mountains of North Carolina. Yep. Well, we're in the mountains of southwestern Virginia. So, all right, awesome. I'm happy to have you on here. You're catching definitely the end of it. We fish South Holston a lot. Yeah, we're about 50 minutes from 421. So random, but how do you get your underwater shots? They're perfect. We're getting better at them. I definitely wouldn't label them as perfect. We're lucky we live on some clear lakes. And literally, you know what we do with most of them? We hang off the edge of the boat and stick a GoPro in the water.
Yeah.
that's
the only difference is there's what's that dome thing called?
Yeah. We can get we got this one dome
most time
thing.
It's just
if it's like a top water shot, like half in, half out.
Yeah. But literally, this is what we stick.
There it is. There's the underwater camera right there.
It's an old GoPro with there. And
yeah, we got a little longer stick too if we need to get down a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trevor. Like I said, guys, if y'all, and hey, look, if you guys have a bait that you want us to do a quick little how-to on with it, and if you'll ever notice, look, we don't do random. So this is one thing, and I do a horrible, horrible job about saying this. We release the videos about these baits at the time we're using them. So that's probably one thing I need to say a little bit better or do a little bit better is say, hey, this bait is good for this right now. Midsummer, early summer, late summer, when the fish are doing this and that. I know we cover a lot of stuff, but if we release that video at that time of year, that is when we're using that bait. So that's probably one thing that we could definitely be better about in the videos is letting you know, because we're not just picking random baits and going, hey, look here's a toad in the middle of the winter. Let's talk about how to fish it. No. We're absolutely not doing that. We're talking about baits that are relevant to the day that video comes out. Yeah, man. Who don't want to catch bass on new things? To me, that I've been fishing long enough. Yeah, I've been fishing long enough that
when it works, you might get stuck on it, but then you're like, I'm burning on all this.
Yeah. It was 92 at 6 a.m. Down in Louisiana again, lowbrows.
Yeah, Mississippi.
Sorry, we're dumb. Lowbrow told us that he's from. Do I ever fish Watauga? I have fished it twice ever, and I'm dying to start fishing it.
My life.
We're going to have to start going over there. But as soon as we start going over there, there's going to be some people that are like,
they ain't going to like us.
Every time I've started consistently fishing, and listen, I know how good Watauga is. Watauga's a good lake. And as soon as we go, we went to Top Secret Lake P, had people start hating on us for it. Yeah. We went to South Holston. I got a hater that literally follows me around now.
Yeah.
We went to Top Secret Lake F. Here we got
Same
got haters from there. And look, I'm not trying to blow anybody's holes up
I was
or
about to say something about that tournament.
or do anything. Yeah, don't say anything about that. But we're just out there to catch fish and have fun. We're not out there competing. We're just out there learning. To me, that's the funnest part of it. On the counterback, I'll have to look that up here. By the way, I do want to write those down for me.
I don't even know what you're saying.
So I ask them if there's any baits that they want me to do how-tos on lures. So the counter.
What is this right here?
What was it? Back?
No.
Hold on.
What was that, Ralph H?
Right there.
When you get done with that one.
All right. You want to ask about a bait? How about the lazy? I know I've heard of that.
Everything old is coming back.
Some newer knockoffs, yeah. Here's Ralph H.
That's what I was wondering. What is that?
Doe Live stick. I've not fished that yet, the OSP Doe Live, and I keep wanting to pick some up. But yes, that is on the list. But I keep hearing everybody talk about how good it is.
I know we go. You gotta take a lowbrow up on that. Send me a ground hunter ticket. I'll come down and see you, lowbrow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Lowbrow is the man.
You see the next one? What is it? I'm
and
telling
dude,
you.
Listen.
I'm gonna get you guys off
if
on
you
the trophy.
Ain't called me, or if I ain't sent you my phone number, Lowbrow, yell at me. I want to just BS with you sometime. Some people just got to have something. They do. And, I shouldn't take it to heart. Like I just, the Jackal Spoon. Yes. That's a good one, man. I have seen those, the Jackal Spoons. Those look so good. And they'll be real good this winter.
Maybe he's waiting for his challenge video. Who's he talking to?
Oh,
is that
I
what
know.
He's saying?
No, I was supposed
lost.
to send him a spy bait forever ago, and yeah, I need to do that. Yep. Hitting the hay, yeah, Dave. We're going to jump off here too. It is 10 after 10. So, man, love every one of you guys.
He's going to text you tomorrow.
Yeah, text me, man. I don't want to interfere and bug you, man. I just figure we just talk fishing and YouTubing and all that crap. Oh, you from over that way, huh? I used to catch fish on Boone Lake every time. Redone, not being able to do anything.
Yeah, the F-Series bad.
Yeah, and a lot of that is going to be kind of the same thing that happened with Cumberland Lake. Somebody was asking about that. There's still a lot of standing timber in there. It's going to change how you fish things. But just text me, man. Look, I will not wake up if you text me. So text me first, and I'll call you back as soon as I either wake up or see it. So don't worry about that. All right, geeks, listen, thank you very much. I hope y'all got a kick out of that thumbnail. If you didn't see it, go back and look at it. You'll see a very young geek hanging out with some of his idols. And a very, very young geek hanging out with his mama on the boat when I was 5 months old. So good to talk to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate you sticking around. Like I said, this room is full of fishing geeks. So, I value your input on things. Please always have a conversation with me. It doesn't have to be in the comments. Any of you guys, we can talk via email or DM or wherever. I value your all's opinion. Wait. Yeah.
North Carolina.
I don't know if we'll be back down there
Raleigh.
this year. Where you at now, by the way? And I don't want to get too caught up, but
Yeah, you will.
thank you, Glenn.
It's okay.
Thanks, Ralph. Thanks, Ben.
Ben, man. I'm trying to grow my beard like yours.
In that picture, he ain't got the beard.
I know. But
The beard's
awesome.
looking good. Ben's in retirement
I'm jealous.
now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, guys. Love y'all. Good night.